Good morning. My name is Katinka. I'm the seamstress at the cottage and I live in South Africa. Welcome back. Today is Friday Sews and I'm excited because I love this hashtag. It was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. I will link her below. This week has been a disaster sewing wise. Monday we had no power. Yes, the power saga continues. I think I need to do a chat in my videos where I'm like, what's happening with our power? Monday we had no power because there was maintenance. The load shedding happened from 5 till 7 and then maintenance started at 7. That lasted until 8:30 that night. Then when it finally came back on, it was surging. So I had to put the power board off until about 9 o'clock. In the end, I gave up and I went to bed. Tuesday, the load shedding was from 3 until 5 and then in the evenings from 7 until 9. And that's been the whole week. Because of that, sewing didn't happen much. But I had an order that I had to finish. I had blinds. I will put in some photos of the blinds. It's 1 a.m. and I got up to come and finish this blind because we've been having load shedding again. 3 a.m. and the power went off again. At least I got 2.5 solid hours. This blind's almost done. I need to stitch that line and then the hem. And then I can take this one in. So in the end what I did is I went to bed at 8. And I slept until 1. And then I got up and I worked until 3 when the power went out again. And I at least got one done. I didn't have enough fabric for the other one. I will go and get material for that today. I used to do that all the time, but I find as I'm getting older, my body doesn't like that anymore. I am recovering. That was 2 nights ago. But at least I slept well last night. The one advantage of load shedding is that I did get some knitting done because I can just cut out so many things before I have to sew them. I did sit down and I knitted from there to there, which I'm really happy with. The pattern is starting to show itself. It's taking its time, but that's okay. Maybe I'm still on track to get it done by the end of this month. I hope so. But if I don't, then next month is fine as well. Another thing, I finished my dress. It is so pretty. I love it. I don't know if it's every culture, but in my culture, it's almost frowned upon if you say, oh, I did a good job. I can't remember what you call it in English. But my dad used to like, oh, you're full of yourself, you know. That type of attitude. And when I was little, so I would never actually acknowledge when I did a good job. And then when I got older, I realized, you know what? Nobody else is going to acknowledge it for me. So from here on, if I did a good job, I'm going to say to myself, well done, you did a good job. Because from a psychology background, there's a lot of things that happen in your brain when you have positive affirmations, but I'm not going to bore you with that now. But I want to challenge you. When you do a good job, start congratulating yourself on that. You can even go and high-five yourself in the mirror if you want to, because that eye contact also triggers some stuff in your brain. But that's a thing for another day. So, what is my plans for this weekend? Let's hope. A friend gave me this dungarees. I love dungarees and it's going into summer, so I'm going to be wearing a lot of them. But it's very, very holy. Now, I like holy, but not this holy. This is past the point of being holy. This is now bordering indecent, maybe? I don't know. So, years ago, I made myself a little top in this fabric. Oh, I love this top. I literally wore it to pieces. So I kept the fabric because I was going to use it as rags. But I realized that if I take this fabric and I plonk it behind the holes like that, won't that be cute? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to fix this and put some of this fabric behind all of the holes and then I can start wearing it because I really like this thing. Dungarees. So that is the one thing I'm busy with. The other thing is another friend, I'm not going to pull it out because it's all put together, gave me this dress. It's like long and flowy with these beautiful sleeves, like sleeves that goes like this. But it's too big and the second thing, it's too long. So it's a straight bodice with a frill at the bottom. So the bodice I unpicked and I'm pulling it up a little bit, about this much. And then for the sleeves, this frill gets in the way, so I'm going to put an elastic and still have the frill. And then I can start, oh, and I gave it pockets. A good dress is not a good dress without pockets. So that is getting pockets. I also, something Something that pays the bills, but I don't particularly like doing it, is alterations. I've got this heap of alterations, and there's some more in the chair over there, and there's some more I need to bring in from the car. So I'm going to be doing alterations, and I'm changing my attitude. Alterations is interesting because I'm learning from them. Yes, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, anyway, that's me for this week. Ooh, wait. I want to show you one more thing. Ooh, I'm excited about this. I scratched in my materials like you do when the power is off. And look at this beautiful linen. It was a tablecloth that a friend gave me. She never used it, and I am going to make a dress out of this. Now, I don't know if you've seen, and you guys who are going into winter are maybe not interested, but there's this new trend called the coastal grandmother look. And I've realized that I have been a coastal grandmother for most of my life. So it's like Diane Keaton, Meryl Streep, you know, the type of stuff that they wear in a lot of these seaside movies, like the blues and the flowy and the whatever. I'm going to make myself a coastal grandmother dress in that. And then, of course, the bucket hats. You have to have a bucket hat if you're a coastal grandmother. I'm not a grandmother, but I can embrace the look. So I have a white bucket hat that is really worth for wear. I wear it every summer. The inside's coming out, but I'm still wearing it because it's beautiful. I love the way it fits and everything else. So I'm going to clone that hat. And then I can wear the two together for summer. So I'm excited about that one. I still need to work more on my coat. To tell you the truth, I've lost a bit of interest in it. I'm not sure why. I must actually go and pull it out. It's hanging there. That's why I'm looking there. I must pull it out and see what's going on there. Why am I not interested? I think it's because thank you for being here, because I've just had a revelation. I think it's because I still have to cut the lining, and it didn't come with lining pieces. And you know, my brain is so strange. When I have a pattern, then I want to follow the pattern, kind of. And I'm not very good at following patterns. But when I draw something up, I just go with the flow. And if it needs a lining, I cut the lining. But when I have a pattern and I have to cut a lining, it's like this mental block. It's easy. I can do it. It takes 20 minutes. But I just don't do it. So I think that's the thing. I'm going to hold myself accountable and do that this week. I'm going to cut the lining for my coat. I might not sew it, but I'm going to cut the lining. There's been 2 channels that mentioned me last week. The one is just me and my fabric, and Angela. But I love her channel. She also does Friday Sews, but she also does very good pattern reviews. What I love about her pattern reviews is she actually tells you what she did, how she hacked it, what she changed, why she changed it. But also she gives you references to where you can find that information. Go and check her out. I'll also put a link. The other one is Adam Sews. I would call him the king of bag making. You must see the work he does. It's exquisite. And he's just a delightful person. And he's got this beautiful little Boston, I think it's a Boston Terrier. He's cool. There's another, my so-called handmade love. And she's more on the knitting side. But she's a delight. I will also link her below. Anyway, that's all my sewing for today. I'm so thankful that you spend time with me here. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And that you get all the sewing done that you're planning. Happy sewing! Thank you for everyone who left comments for Sean. He was my husky Malamute cross. He was a handful and the cutest little mischief terrorist you've ever seen. And I made a mistake on that video. I said it was 2022, but it was actually 2020. It was literally 3 days before our lockdown started. I miss him, but I know he's running wild and doing whatever he wants wherever he is now. So I'm thankful I had him for the time that I did have him. He was a rescue. I found him on the highway running with a long handmade chain dragging behind him. And there were 2 trucks coming past like this. And so I stopped and I thought, this dog's going to be run over. Now, usually when you see dogs like that, they won't come. So I stopped and I opened my car door and I said, come on. I actually said, come Sean. And he came and he got into the car next to me with this long chain. So most likely he was stolen from somewhere. Sometimes they steal them for dog fights and stuff. And the chain was handmade. So it tells me that it was from a certain area. He got in the car and he sat next to me and he had this one blue eye and one brown eye. And he looked at me like this, like, hello. But he was so thin. I was like, so what's your name? And I felt like he said, my name is Sinatra. Like, I know. So his name was Sinatra, but I called him Sean, and he was with me for almost 9 years. He kept me on my toes. Oh my goodness, you've never seen an escape artist like that, and that's actually what happened. He escaped and he got run over. It broke my heart, but at that stage I couldn't deal with it because there was a lot of other things going on, and I just realized that sometimes mourning takes longer and takes a different route. You know, for some people to mourn, it's like they deal with it immediately, and some people have to take it and put it on the shelf until they're ready. Thank you for being there and just commenting. It was just so heartwarming to see how many people understand. To some people, it's just the animal, but my animals are my friends, my animals are my children, my animals are my family. I'm not overboard, I think, but if you mess with my animal, you mess with me. I once stopped the friendship. I literally cut ties completely because this woman was poking my cat. Don't poke my cat. The poor cat would be sleeping and she would go and poke him. That's animal cruelty. A story for another day, but thank you for commenting on him. He was really special.